All right. Gotta get things in order. So in the meantime, Frozen shot of me. It is what it is. All right. Let's see if I can get things in order. Give me a minute. All right. I don't know why the camera freezes like that, but it's one of the issues I have with OBS. Just all these freezes. Crazy. All right, so we back. Can the camera? Ah, come on, move already. Move already. What is causing the camera to do that? Like, come on. Like, do you really have to move in order for me to do anything? All right. Well, you know what? We're still gonna continue. We're still gonna continue. I'm not gonna let this be a hindrance to me. It's not gonna be a hindrance to me. Not today. Not today. We gotta go. We gotta go do this live real quick. You feel me? If I gotta be in freeze motion, then I don't mind. All right. There's some stuff I wanted to talk about yesterday. I didn't get a chance to talk about it, but we're gonna do it today. We're gonna do it today. So yeah. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, Keenan. Come on. Am I moving? Am I moving? Uh, Gee golly. Alright. Okay. Let's start off first with Klarna and what they got going on. All right. All right. In case you didn't know what's happening right now in the, how can I say it? Um, I'm just frustrated because this thing is freezing. I have no idea why it's doing that. So it is what it is, right? Let's give an applause for the camera. Woo! Woo! Yeah. Yeah. So let's get started. All right. As we get going, those of you who are here, I thank you. I appreciate you. Let me shake the camera so you can see me move around, because that's the only way the camera is gonna allow me to say or do anything. So I gotta move the camera a little bit, right. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Eventually we're gonna get this thing straight. I don't know. It may be operator error. I'm not gonna say it's me, but at the end of the day, I don't know. It's been happening way too much. All right. So guys, in case you didn't know, there's something called Klarna, right? That's how I was able to afford a lot of my machines. What they'll do is they'll take a payment down and break it down into several segments. Within 2 weeks time per payment is due, and that allows you the ability to be able to borrow and purchase machines almost like a loan. But if you pay the loan fast enough, you don't have to worry about interest rates and late fees and all that stuff. It just breaks it down at a tiny fee, and then after that, once you pay it off, you're good to go, right? So it is what it is. Let's get started. At least the video is gonna be motion, but it is what it is, right? Yeah. So let's get started. All right. Without further ado, here we go. Where's the thing? Where's the thing? Where's the thing? Let us segue to transition. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Why do I look like I'm half asleep in here? But hold on. Wait a minute. All right. Here we go.
And customers that will receive the once popular Joanne name with a new store within a store concept. So Michael acquired all of Joanne's intellectual property in June.
My bad. I got the wrong one. I played the Michael's one instead first. But it is what it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. You know?
After the fabric store's collapse, the new Joanne Knit and Sew Shop will appear in all of Michael's U.S. and Canadian locations. They're also expanding their selection of party supplies, including in-store parties for kids that start under $150. The company CEO says their goal is to fill that void left behind after Party City went out of business.
Good morning, everybody. I found a huge problem with my business last week, and we got to start fixing it now.
Whoa. What the? Did I just do that? That wasn't the video. Oh. Hey, the camera's working. Yay. All right. I pressed something on the camera and I was able to get it going. Let's get back. Let's get back. Whew. I don't know why I pressed, but I pressed something. Now look at me. I'm moving. We back. We back. When you're doing things live, there's always technical difficulties. Um, but let me hold on. Let me. First thing I should do is transition. Bam. There we go. There we go. All right. So as we all right. Okay, let's go back to what we were watching before. Pause it. Give me a minute to get things started. Give me a minute to get things started. All right, so we back on this. Like, we back. Oh man, I'm glad the camera's working. This whole thing with the camera not working really got me upset. Really got me upset. Trimmed down my beard a little bit. Was looking a little scruffy. So I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Alright, so let us get started. Okay, so I thought this was a little longer. It's literally 29 seconds. Damn, it's less than a minute. Alright, I'm gonna have to do what I can with this. I don't think I planned well. Alright. Okay, so let me start. Let me get started. Let me get started. Give me a second. Do the transition. Here we go. Here we go. Bam. There we go. There we go. All right. So all right, so she's about to talk about Joanne and Michael's. As you know, there's barely any Joannes around, right? So I think this may be talking about the fact that there was a possible merger that may have happened because they probably, as a business, probably sucked them in and now they're part of them, right? But she's gonna give you the details exactly what happened. As far as I know, when I go to Michael's, I don't see anything that says Joanne. They sell the same exact thing somewhat, right? And a lot of things you can get at Joann's, you can get at Michael's. What I like about Michael's is their alignment of shirts is a little bit more, in my opinion, than Joann's. But that's because the place I go to, the Michael's, is a lot bigger. So, all right, we'll see. We'll see. All right, let me play the clip, and then after that, go back to me. All right. So here we go, here we go, here we go. All right, let's listen to her.
Chain Michaels is unveiling several new changes to bring in customers that will receive the once popular Joanne name with a new store within a store concept. So Michael acquired all of Joanne's intellectual property in June.
Okay, so we got some info. We got some info. Like she just said, Michael's pretty much acquired Joanne. So since that's the case, we're probably gonna be seeing a combination merger situation happen. It looks like in a way Joanne kind of kept this name. So for those who are like coming to Michael's, they can see that fancy Joanne name and be like, okay, I feel welcome. I feel welcome. Right? Now, I normally go to Michael's. I started out with going to Joanne's because back when I didn't have my house, I was living somewhere else. And where I was living, Joanne was really popular, right? It was literally around the corner. But eventually, what happened was Michael's started popping up everywhere. And now Michael's is more of a dominant role. And Joanne started falling out. So now with this merger, this new marriage, if I could say it, right? I guess Joanne is gonna be taking over. I mean, Michael's gonna be taking over. But at least they let the name there, so you can get a little bit of happiness if you like Joanne. You know, you're not just coming to Michael's like, whatever. Oh wait, this is part of Joanne also. Yo, I want to be here. I want to be here. So let's hear what else she has to say. And all right, let's see what she has to say about that continually.
June, after the fabric store's collapse, the new Joanne knit and sew shop will appear in all of.
Okay, so like she said, I guess the fabric store collapsed, but Michael's pretty much does the same thing as Party City, Joanne, all those places. But Michael's was always a dominant contender. So hey,
Michael's U.S. and Canadian locations. They're also expanding their selection of party supplies, including in-store parties for kids that start under $150. The company CEO says their goal is to fill that void but left behind after Party City went out of business.
Okay. Damn it. Gee golly. Sorry guys, but hey. Give me a second. All right, my bad. All right, so Michael's is on top. Hey, it was gonna happen, you know. But I mean, I always go to Michael's, so this didn't faze me much. Where I'm at, there's a big Michael's, and to get to the Joanne's, you gotta go further to get to it. And I knew they were closing. Now to know there's a merger, what they probably did was the Joanne that's on the other side, they probably added a Michael's brand name to it. If they did, I'm pretty sure seeing their name intact probably meant that, hey, you operating under us, but you still get to keep your brand recognition, right? In my opinion, but who knows? Maybe things have changed. Maybe it's just Michael's and they just happen to add it there as, like, you know, to help customers to ease in the transition. But yeah, either way, just glad to see that you can still get all these things at Michael's, and they're probably gonna be taking over those other locations. Who knows? And who knows? Maybe they might expand and get bigger now that they have a little bit more of a growth. So it is what it is. All right, now you guys know Michael's and Joanne had a merger, and Joanne is the one who predominantly is the one who's in control and who took over. So there you go. In case you wondered, I think there's a big possibility you may see some Joannes around, but who knows? They may be phasing it out. But for the meantime, there's your information in case you go into a Joanne and you see Michael's sign on and you're not thinking like, am I in the right place? Wait a minute, I thought it said Joanne. Let me look for Michael's on my phone. So you're on your phone, you know what I mean? You're looking for Michael's, you're like, okay, cool, you're looking for Michael's, yada yada. And all of a sudden, Joanne, and all of a sudden you find out Joanne's merged with Michael's. So now you know, right? Yeah, so like, subscribe. I appreciate you guys. This was a little bit shorter than I thought, but hey, it is what it is. Works for me. Works for me. And I still got time. Let's go. All right, cool. Give me a second to get the next segment for you. That was really, really short. That was really short. Oh, man. Alright, so we talked about Michaels. Let's. What is next? Alright, Klarna. Okay, so we're about to talk about Klarna. Okay, Klarna. Am I saying right? Klarna? Am I saying it right? I don't know. Let's blow this up. And then, how long is, okay. It's a decent amount of time. All right. So, we have the opportunity of being able to talk about something that's helped this channel, that's helped this, I don't know, studio shop, right? Studio shed, whatever you want to call it. Studio shed is what I prefer. Now, I have gone outside of my own house and own a location where I could actually do business, and I was doing business. However, I realized, you know what? At the end of the day, I'm gonna keep my overhead. You feel me? I want to be able to keep my overhead. So with that said, I was like, you know what? Let me get back to the crib and build my own location. Right? A lot of YouTubers were doing it. I said, I'm doing it. And I did do it. So while I was doing that, my space was pretty decent as far as size. All my machine fit. And then that's when I said, you know what? I think I want more machines. So hit on to eBay, and I was able to look at the printers that I wanted to do t-shirts, custom designing with, and I found something big. And I said, I want that. I want it, and I'm gonna have it. So, without further ado, let's see what helped your boy get it. Let's see. Bam. There we go. Transition. Bam. Ooh, the picture's looking crisp, but we know that ain't gonna happen for a long time. We know that's not gonna happen for a long time. At the end of the day, I am just glad that I was able to make this move with Klarna. Am I saying right? Klarna. I think that's how you pronounce it, Klarna. Right? So it's a company that allows you to borrow money, and by borrowing money to purchase whatever you want to purchase, you do segment payments, normally around 3 to 4 6 is mostly based on your credit. If you have like really, really good credit, they can go up to 10. They can go up to 10. I've seen it. So if you have an item that's like 5K, 10K, I mean, 10 separate payments every other week, that's not going to be a problem. You know what I mean? It'd be easier to get the item. Now, if you're not doing stuff like purchasing items like, you know, t-shirt, custom design machines, or things that you can resell, I don't think Klarna is really good, because if you miss one payment, they hit you with late fees. After they hit you with late fees, if you don't pay within time frame, you're gonna go to collection. So is it a good idea? Yes and no. If you're doing stuff like I'm doing, where you do t-shirt custom designing, yeah, Klarna is definitely the way to go. But let's see how things went.
The banking landscape.
Well, I think it comes back to the vision that we had at Klarna 10 years ago, which was very basic. It said, in the future, there will be a digital financial assistant. It will analyze your spending, let's say your mortgage, and it will say, like, that's too much. I found a better offer for you. The only thing you need to do is say yes, and I'll do all the paperwork and get it all done for you and save you the cost, right? So to us, this was basically where we believe retail banking was heading. And a little bit like self-driving cars, don't know when, but know that it will happen. And that's the future. And it has profound impact and consequences for the banking industry, because to a large degree, banks today don't need to be competitive because people don't want to switch. And it's difficult to switch, and they need to bring all the data and all that stuff. So they don't need to be that competitive. They don't need to be that great. And
he is absolutely right. He is absolutely right when it comes to that. Banks, because they don't have to worry about competition, impressing customers, right? Yeah, because they don't have to worry about competition, impressing customers. They don't feel the need. They don't feel the need to, let's say if you need a loan for something, right? They know you can pay it off. It's not that big of a loan. They'll turn you down, and eventually you won't be able to get what you want. However, at the end of the day, there's companies that's coming out that's doing innovational thing. How can I say this? Think simple. Mind-changing things that can help people be able to afford what they need. Or if you're in the t-shirt designing company, right, be able to afford machines that you need, right? Klarna has really helped me. I went to get a direct-to-film printer. I use Klarna, right? It broke down the payments. I was able to afford it, and I got it here, right? That's the Epson 15,000 that I converted. I wanted to get a what's that thing called? A white toner printer, because I already have one. I had the small one, but I was like, you know what? I want something bigger. And since I wanted something bigger, I had the opportunity of using Klarna to help me purchase that bigger machine, right? It was only 500, but had I purchased it brand new without Klarna's help, like, I would have been looking at $2K, right? $2,000 as opposed to $500 on eBay. And now that baby sits there, and I can't wait to use it and show you guys. Let's go. All right, let's get back to this live.
This would mean that in the future, customer mobility would be ultra high. People would switch to whoever gives them the most value for the least money. And it's going to drive down the excess profits in the retail banking industry.
Where do you think legacy banks are most vulnerable then, Sebastian, when it comes to AI disruption?
Well, I think that most legacy banks will probably become pure balance sheets, where basically, you have a big balance sheet and you optimize for return on equity, and that's pretty much it. I think the challenge is, and this was already part when we were, we bought a company back in 2011 that was building a front end, kind of a first generation of a digital assistant. And as a consequence of it, you could do payments without logging into your bank. And banks hated it because they realized at some point in time, if that assistant becomes so good, you're never going to use your bank, and then you're going to be fairly, you're not really going to care if it's Barclays or if it's this or if it's ING Bank or whatever. The assistant is what matters. The person who provides you the value is what matters. The rest is just, zero excess profit. And so I think that what you have to decide is either you want to be a balance sheet, and that's fine. You can make money being a balance sheet, but
basically he's saying in a nutshell, these banks are archaic, and at the end of the day, we have so many means to provide funds to people that does not need to involve the bank, other than those people who are getting the money from these companies can actually borrow big money from the banks, and the banks at the end of the day will make more money because they're able to get a middleman to go get them the opportunities that they need to make more money. AKA the middleman goes and gets contracts from people by offering deals that's a little bit more lucrative, a little bit better than banks, and those companies come back with a group of people and take out a bigger loan to subsidize those loans that they gave to people, or replace those loans that they gave to those people. They're paying off the bank based on how the people are paying them back, and if there's any issues with the people's paying them back, guess what? They can write it off as a lost payment and get the money back while they send to the people to collections, right? And since they're a big company, they can easily pay the bank the money that they borrowed, and usually when you're a big company, you have more time to pay off the bank, so they have nothing to lose. And the banks are seeing this as, we don't like it, but at the end it's funny because the banks are the one that's going to be winning. That's the funny part. The banks are going to be winning by allowing these small companies like Klarna, Afterpay, be able to get the funds they need to lend off to people, right? But there's small banks that don't like it, big banks that's like, these small banks are part of us and we don't like it.
You would expect profits to be close to perfect market.
But let me say, these things are changing, and a lot of banks are getting on board now, and Klarna and a lot of these people are able to give out money to people, whether you have good credit, bad credit. As long as you can pay back on time, you good to go.
Or you can be the digital financial assistant, and you can try to provide that value, which is a difficult thing to be, and fewer probably can succeed, but obviously could be where the future of value of banking is.
What would you say to those, though, who would say, look, the legacy banks, they have the data sets, they have the resources, and then in fact, rather than leveling the playing field with fintech, AI is actually going to give a greater advantage to legacy banks because of those factors?
Well, look, I've always said that in my opinion, there are three players of companies that can play in the space, right? It's the big tech companies, Google, Amazon, etc. It's fintech, or it's banks. There will obviously be incumbents that try to, re-innovate themselves, be forward-leaning, apply the technology and so forth, and some of them may be successful. But there will also be fintechs. And in general, if I look at it today, I would argue that companies like ourselves, Klarna, Revolut, and others, because we already are banks and we've kind of gotten across that, being a small startup, we're not small startups anymore. We're fully regulated entities but we have modern tech stacks. We don't have, the Cobalt code running in the back mainframe and all of that stuff. We don't have, all of those challenges that big legacy incumbents have. So I would argue that our odds.
Wait, I think I missed that. Did you guys hear they already a bank? Wait a minute. Yo. That's what's up. Hey, listen, Connor, do your thing, because I'm coming back for another loan. You feel me? I need some more stuff.
Are pretty good at winning a big market share, but of course some incumbents will manage to reinvent themselves, right? I think Jamie is on to something really exciting. He's trying to do it now. Solomon was trying with Goldman Sachs, but then kind of Marcus, was thrown out when the fintech valuations dropped down. A lot of banks stopped their aspirations in fintech, and now they're waking up to that fintech never died. It was just a valuation issue. 2021, 2022, the valuations dropped, but fintech was growing, the revenue was growing, the customer adoption was growing. It was just the investor sentiment that changed for a few years, and now it's going to come back because now you see Nubank, you see Revolut, you see all this stuff happening, you see Klarna, Affirm, etc., and you're going to be like, wow, you know what? Yeah. Actually, the disruption is happening.
and as you know, because you have that license, of course, in Sweden, that banking license, banking and trust, they go hand in hand. And there are still questions about trust when it comes to AI, in terms of sometimes bias around decision-making on lending, for example, decision-making biases that can be baked into some AI components. How do you think about addressing trust and AI when it comes to banking?
I think in the end, like you're obviously right, and we actually don't use much of LLM AI on, for example, underwriting. We still only use machine learning. We don't use AI in that particular regards due to some of the risks and issues that you highlighted. But there are other areas where LLMs are also extremely efficient and helpful. But you're totally right. But in my opinion, it's very clear to us that as this technology progresses, you'll find ways to avoid the hallucinations or the issues of trust. And in the end, what we've seen, for example, with our customer service is that initially, we take dispute management as an example, where we've had huge success with AI. The consistency in which an LLM takes the evidence of how to resolve a dispute, information from merchant, information from consumers, and then decide what is the...
That is crazy, yo. I gotta give Klarna an applause. Are you hearing what he's talking about? He's talking about AI banking. They're already at that level. They're already at that level. AI banking is the future. That is wow. Wow. Man, AI banking, that's another level. And the fact that they are so according to him, right? And he's the owner, manager, CEO, whatever, right? Of the whole company. Founder, whatever, co-founder. This guy is apparently informing us that they are an actual bank, so therefore they thinking about doing things different. They started as digital, they continue to be digital, and they're gonna add AI to their component as far as banking. Wow, amazing. I'm giving them another applause. Let me hear a little bit more, and I'm gonna end it. Go to the next one, and another one. In another one.
Right thing to do, give the money back, or let the merchant keep the money and so forth, things like that. The consistency of such decision making is actually of higher quality and more consistent when performed by an AI. Humans still review these decisions and they look at them. If you ask the same job to be performed by a human, over time they get a bit bored. It's not that interesting, or they may not be as consistent in the performance. So you can build a lot of trust by having AI perform specific type of tasks because of the consistency and quality. But it requires some engineering and some thoughtfulness in how you set it up to make it work.
With some of these changes then, Sebastian, I know you think deeply about this as well. How do you see financial services, the workforce, when it comes to financial services, changing in the next, say, 5 to 10 years?
Well, I, for one, have been trying to be a little bit more honest about this because I feel a lot of my tech bros are being slightly, not to the point on this topic. I think there is a massive shift coming to knowledge work, and it's not just in banking, it's in society at large. There are 8,000 people in Brussels that work as translators, and I would argue that most of that can be done by AI today already, even though obviously some quality assurance and so forth would still be valuable to have humans to read.
Whoa. Hold up. Are we talking about more AI jobs being available? Whoa. Damn. This guy's saying, get the teller, you got AI. Whoa, that is, man. Wow. That
you. But the point is that you don't need as many as we did. So there is a massive shift coming. I think society will have to figure out what are we going to do, because yes, new jobs will be created, but in the shorter term, that doesn't help the Brussels translator. He's not going to become a YouTube influencer tomorrow. So you may find other ways in how we support people from a society perspective. For us as a company, we have increased our revenue per employee from 400K to over $1 million per employee in the last 2 years. We haven't hired, we've a little bit hired a small recruitment, but generally we've shrunken the company from 7,400 people to 3,000 now, and that's...
Whoa. You guys hear that? AI can do that much of a employee drop? Wow. That is, man, no wonder. So they dropping the employees, grabbing AI, using the money to pay the employees to now push commercials, do more, um, I guess, business related stuff with the money. Uh, who knows? Who knows?
At the same point in time, while the revenue and number of customers has grown significantly. So we're simply not recruiting, which means that we can avoid doing layoffs, and we have taken a lot of the savings in payroll cost and
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So, unfortunately, those who went, but those who are there, he's saying they're here to stay, right? They're here to stay. It's possible they may have been in the company since the beginning. Some of them probably have stocks in the company. So, who knows what reasons they're still there. Hopefully, um, more jobs open up for people over there. Because AI, although AI is great, AI is amazing. At the end of the day, you're still gonna need that human component for certain things that AI just can't answer. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go.
invested that into an acceleration of the compensation of our employees, which means that they are seeing a huge benefit from us applying AI internally. So I think that there's paths in how you can make this work, both from a society perspective and a company perspective. But in the end, our job is here to drive as much value at the best possible price to our customers. And so, we need to use these technologies to accomplish that. And then, in general, I think there will be implications for a lot of knowledge-based work.
Okay. When he says a lot of knowledge-based work, I think he's talking about cybersecurity. He's probably talking about data analysts, people who are going to be in the background making sure these AIs are working. In my opinion, I don't know, he may mean something else, but this also means that people who are in the tech field will definitely have jobs. But regular common office stuff may not be available unless it's things that you definitely need a human for. But at the end of the day, Klarna is amazing because I was able to use them. Oh, by the way, I did the let me segue back to me a second. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Wait. First of all, I want to say that was great. That was amazing. He did amazing job. Amazing job. Bam. Segue. Woo-wee. All right. So yeah. So I was able to use them to help me out, and I thought I might bring them in the forefront to let you know that this company is doing a lot of big things. But at the end of the day, we like to think of them as a company that let us borrow money so we can purchase things. You know what I mean? So it's good that they're doing a lot more. They're growing because obviously, the format that they have is amazing. It's amazing. They letting you borrow money based on you paying it back, and if you don't pay it back, you just gonna go to the credit reporting company, right? But if you pay back and you good, you're on time, right? Like me, right? Purchased that $500 machine, and I paid everything off. Now, altogether, I've spent, I think, $1K getting new machines this year for the shop, and I've used Klarna. Klarna. I didn't use all my money. I know this week, okay, I got a little bit of bonus coming in because there's an extra month, extra week. I take that, throw it out, and I was able to get another machine, right? And I had a four payment plan. Done with that four payment, went and got another one, right? That's the HP. That HP 5225 for white toner printing. right? Why did I get it? Because I said I don't feel like doing that whole merge of two images. I just want one solid image done and call it a day. Period. So, with that said, that was Klarna. Guys, they doing big things. They doing big things. Right? I may have to give a special logo for this video. I may have to do a special logo for this video. Yeah. Like, subscribe, Levi Apparel. You know? Let's go to the next one. Alright. So let's get out of here and go to the next one. Ooh, I got time today. Ooh wee. Let's see. We talked about Michael's Joanne. We talked about Klarna. What else? Doordash is next. Doordash is next. DoorDash today. We talking about DoorDash today. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Ooh, that was something I learned. Control Alt. Bam. There we go. I can minimize my screen. I can even bring the screen. Let me see if I can do the up one. Let's see if what that does. Give me a minute. Nah, it just minimizes it. But yeah, there we go. All right. Okay, cool. All right, I like me in the corner. All right, let's get the next one started. Let's get the next one started. All right, guys, ladies, again, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. So I got a lot of things happening soon. Give me a minute. Let me move this one out. Working in real time. Man, I got a lot of stuff I got going on. I got my tests. No, I start the new semester. When you do online schooling, man, things go by quick. All right. DoorDash is next. DoorDigiDash is next, guys. I was about to do DoorDash. I ended up doing Uber. But as far as I know, DoorDash is not that bad. It's not that bad, right? It is not that bad, okay? So, in case you are thinking about doing DoorDash, I got news for you. Whew. Where can I begin? Okay, so AI's taking over regular like office work, right? that people would like type up papers, AI got that done. Where you would have research being done by certain special people who are specialized in researching, AI said, done. Things that used to take a long time, drafting up a resume, drafting up a paper, drafting up a court order, whatever. AI said, we got it. We got it. Now, there's one field that you don't think AI would be involved in, but it's a combination of AI and robotics. AI and robotics. So, let's see what happened. AI and robotics combine to create let's find out. Let's find out. Give me a second to segue to the next video. Ooh, this one is big. So Doordash has unveiled its new robots, and what those robots do is, man, hold on real quick. This one is big. Hold on. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? I wasn't ready. But let's see. Bam, segue. This is something else. Watch. It's gonna blow your mind away. So, people are used to deliveries by other people. Doordash said, you know what? We have a lack of people doing Doordash. Let's see if we can unveil this. They've been waiting to do this for a while, but now they can. Let me not hold you up. Here it is.
Meets great innovation.
Meet Dot, DoorDash's first commercial autonomous delivery robot.
What the hell is this? What is this?
Bot rolling out around Phoenix. At just 1/10 the size of a car, DoorDash says this all-electric bot can travel up to 20 miles per hour on sidewalks, bike lanes, and even roads, using built-in navigation tech like GPS, radar, light.
Do you see this? This looks like a toy. I know this ain't got me in the hood. If it is, whoa. I'm lost for words. Guys. Do you see this? DoorDash said we about to unveil this. So where's the food? Where do they keep the food?
And cameras. Dot stands at 4 feet 6 inches.
Wait a minute. Let's see this again. What? Hold up. Let's back this up.
Yes.
Play that beautiful beam footage.
And cameras. Dot stands at 4 feet 6 inches tall, but don't think that its cute headlights means it can't do the heavy lifting. At 350 pounds, the company says Dot can carry 6 large pizza boxes, or up to 30 pounds at once. DoorDash co-founder Stanley Tang saying Dot was built out of necessity, adding you don't always need a full-size car to deliver a tube of toothpaste or a pack of diapers. But Dot isn't the first robot delivering out on the mean streets.
AV Ride's robots scoot along under 10 miles an hour.
AV Ride partnered with Uber Eats to bring robo-deliveries to 3 U.S. cities last year. And Serve Robotics has some too, like the ones NBC followed last year in Los Angeles, now rolling out in Chicago. The bots have hit some speed bumps, with viral videos showing them getting stuck or even tampered with. But deliveries aren't the only robots taking the restaurant biz by storm, with some around the country exploring robo-waiters. In other places, they're even inside the kitchen.
What? Wait a minute. What is going on here? What? So how you gonna yell at the waiter like, hey, this is underdone? Like, it's... What in the world? So you mean to tell me my food is gonna be done exactly the same every time I come through? You mean to tell me... I mean, I give tip. I tip my waiters, guys. I tip my waiters, right? I normally do a little bit above the asking, right? I try to hit the highest one they have. Usually it's like 24%, whatever, and I give an extra if I need to, right? With that said, damn. Yo, that means you can order your food, eat your food, and bounce after you pay? And you don't even need to pay no more out of your pocket as far as, like, reaching out for money, right? That's what I'm talking about. You should always pay, but they have this now. That's what I'm talking about. Guys, I'm talking about the phone. Come on. We don't, yeah. Anyways, so you mean I can just eat my meal, enjoy my conversation with my lady, and then afterwards, right, on my phone, done, the machine comes over with, like, for me to, or sometimes they even have it on your table. They have it on your table. A lot of fast food places now have stuff on your table. I've seen it where you tap for your order. After you're done tapping for your order, let me segue to myself real quick so I could do a little talking. Because this is, whoa. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh man. Give me a second. Oh my goodness. I gotta talk about this. Whoa. Are you guys seeing this? I mean, for some people, they've seen this. Some people right now, currently, they're actually living it. Robot taxis, food deliveries, buy the robots. Everything you've seen here is being done by these robots. Amazing. Wow. I gotta give an applause for this. This is amazing. I mean, I've seen, the fast food place robots, taking the food and delivering to the people. But it's already being done by, like, a person or two or three or maybe people, right? Doing the food, cooking, cleaning, all that stuff. Now you mean the robot is going to be the one cooking? It's going to be the one cleaning? It's going to be the one delivering? What, next, the robot's the manager? Like, what's going on here? Come on. Now, I know this is amazing. For me, I welcome this revolutionary change. I hope these companies are able to. But man, that's a lot of jobs being taken away. Yikes, guys, get into the tech field. I'm telling you, I'm in the process myself of getting that tech field. Shoot. At the end of the day, you're gonna need somebody to service these machines. And I know I'm talking about Doordash right now, but yo, these innovations are crazy. Wow. Let's go back to the video. Segue. Ooh wee. Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
making food. DoorDash says Dot is just one part of a much bigger rollout. Even launching delivery drones earlier this year, available in just 2 cities right now. Who knows what the next restaurant robot will be, but whether or not you like the taste test, it seems these droids are here to stay.
Camila is joining us now. And where you are out in LA, Camila, these things are everywhere. But to your point in the piece here, it's part of this sort of changing transitional moment.
Ooh, the fuzzy's gone. Yay! When I say the fuzzy's gone, that means the pixelation is gone. Oh, I can finally see these beautiful people. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness. So LA is witnessing a technological time, a technological era of, wow, amazement. Man, you know what? Let's give an applause again. Like, these companies are coming out of the woodwork. You know what's funny? Most companies that's doing these things, you see these machines now, but years, probably post-COVID, they were already working on this. And now you just seen it. Because eventually, they're going to get tired. They're going to get tired of employees, for some showing up late, some employees not doing their job, right? And employees that's just rude. Brother. So these companies are saying enough is enough. And they're throwing out the bots. And saying, go at it. Bring some profit. Give me that moolah, that money, that cash, that Anyways. Oh, man. Do you see this? Wow. I'm amazed. I'm amazed. Wow. All right, let's let these ladies talk.
In the industry writ large.
Yeah, and it definitely works in many of the cases, but it really depends on what neighborhood you're in, the traffic, and even people, because here in LA, I've seen damaged robots on the streets. And so this weekend, for example, I was driving with my husband and there were police cars and one of these robots was stuck. So my husband turned around and said, that person is not getting their food. So if you're maybe in LA, in DC where you are, maybe it does work. But
yo, look at it. Wow. Look at that. Somebody look at this. Somebody look at this. Wow. Amazing. Somebody look at this. Come on. Yo. Hey, listen. For every bot you see, that's at least 2-3 people's jobs that's gone right there. Because this robot does not sleep. It's not going to take a break. It's just going to keep on going. And if it has to stop, you know what they're going to do? It's going to go deliver the food, come back, dock. The next robot goes, delivers, come back, docks, right? Meaning that it's going to plug itself so it can recharge. And the next one is going to go. And again, and again, and again. And it's just going to continue. And they're going to do the work of probably 5 people in one. That is crazy. Who's that? Is that Green Energy Jim? Yo, what up, homie? Yeah, you see the dude? You see the bot with the glasses? Yo, that's crazy.
But if you're in New York, for example, I talked to the producers on this story who said, look, this is just not going to work in New York City. So I suggested, what about the drones? Maybe that's a better option. And then they pointed to the crashes, to the noise. So look, if you're in New York, you might.
Come on, lady. What she say? hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Let me segue to me and so I can give you the. Come on, lady. Come on. You serious? Are you serious? Come on, lady. No way. No way. No way. Yo, the news always brings bad news. Like, why? You got innovation and works. Come on, lady. These news people are haters. These news people are haters, yo. She's a hater. She's a hater. Hater. Yo, listen. I'm going to segue back, but yo, at the end of the day, this is big. You got jobs being taken by almost every sector. These bots are like, sir, are you talking about food? I got you. Are you talking about, even rescue bots are coming out in full force. Rescue bots, can you believe it? You need to be rescued. You don't have to worry about attitude anymore. It's just going to rescue you. That's it.
Might have to walk and get your food. You have to pay a human to get your food. Yeah. If you're in cities like LA or DC, you might have better chances, although you may always not get your food that day, Hallie.
You might even have to cook your own food.
She's a hater. You will get your food, and they're going to guarantee it. You know why? Because if you think about I'm done with these ladies. I'm done with them. But thank you. That was good news reporting. I appreciate it. And yeah. Give me a second. Segue back to me. Bam. Okay, this is why they have to guarantee you to get your food. If you don't get your food, they have to refund you back the money. So that's loss in profit, right? So now I'm not a business analyst or, giving you financial advice or anything. I'm just saying. I've ordered from Doordash, Uber, and all that. If my food is not there, do you know what I do? I go and I say, not delivered. And then you know what they do? They hit me back with a text like, oh, here's a refund. Right? Or they refund you back your money. Now, that's loss and profit. I don't think they're in the business to lose profit, because if they're not making profit, for as much as they can lose profit, they still have to make profit. So therefore, they have to do their due diligence to make sure you get your food. And I'm pretty sure they already have warranties on these bots. And I'm pretty sure the bots that they're using is not even theirs. They're probably renting these bots. And the company that's allowing for them to rent off these bots are making sure that the food gets delivered. And if the food is not delivered, I'm pretty sure that bot, the minute it falls, there's somebody on the other end, which is why a lot of people need to go into tech, that's looking at that, seeing whoa, this dude just fell. Oh man, you know what? Emergency button. Oh snap, somebody trying to rob him? Police. Right? Police shows up. Oh, okay, oh, that robot fell? I gotta handle that. But guess what? Even the police pretty soon is gonna be bots. So at the end of the day, I think eventually they're gonna perfect it. But guys, in the world of business, you have to think like Microsoft. Microsoft introduced its first Microsoft Word software. It was not perfect, but it got the job done. And over time, they perfected. So don't you think they have other generations waiting and looking at this generation to perfect any issues in the next generation? Come on now. Come on now. That's why I said these news anchors that saying stuff like that, I think the word is disingenuous. I don't know. They're not saying it all. That's all I know. As far as I know, they're not saying it all. They have to give you the bad so you can come back and see and then make comments, about, hey, maybe it's not that great. No, it is that great. This is revolutionary. This is revolutionary. I love it. Guys, like, subscribe. I appreciate you. Ooh, it's time to go already? Oh, man, I was just having fun. Maybe I got one more I could do. I don't know. Like, subscribe, Levi Pell. I appreciate you. Peace. Give me a minute. I think I have one more. Let me see. Hold up. All right, Doordash is done. Let's remove that one. So what I do is I create a list. I have titles and everything, and I create a list of different things that I talk about. Let's see, what was the topic? Okay, I did Michael's, Klarna, Doordash. I said more. You know what? Oh, snap, my boy. Yo, he's like, yo, don't be late. I'm looking at the time. You know what? Let's go off script real quick. Let me go off script and just talk about something that I want to talk about. Alright, hold up. If this works, I already have gas, so I can just take off. Give me a minute. Okay. Looks like Trump is talking about an emergency. Nah, I don't want that right now. It's gonna be too long. Okay, hold on. Let me. Dang it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it quits for now. But it was a good live. I almost gave you guys more than 3. I'm trying to do at least minimum 5. But it is what it is. I got to go. Like, subscribe as usual. Levi Pearl, I appreciate you. And with that said, I gotta go. I got to go.